All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to EGTS 2025. We have got the quarterfinals Mappool showcase for you here. I'm Overdedge 2015, joined by Ethereal Winter. Hello there.
Hello. I'm
Hello.
excited. Are you excited?
Yeah. Oh, Sam. Yeah, I know these maps. Obviously, I've been playing them, and I like them quite a lot. They're quite
Yeah.
hard as well. No, going into No Mod 1, I'm gonna keep it simple and give an epilepsy warning. Uh, those with photosensitive conditions might want to look away for the start of this one. Enable chat only mode if that's something you can do, I forget. But either way, someone in chat will tell you when it's okay to look. And let's get right into it. Last breaking sample. Yes, that's No Mod 1. That is Freezing Flame by Wyvern versus Lundy. Thank you both so much. For Endless Shiverburn Oni. Gohiki got 10 100s this time as opposed to the usual 1 or 2, so you know shit is getting real. These maps are going to be very hard from now on. I think you can tell that there's a significant jump in difficulty here, and it'll only get more obvious in the next couple maps.
Yeah, definitely an absolutely huge step up from even just last week.
Yeah, the slow SD section that we came out of the intro video straight into is already extremely hard to hack. I always come out of it with like 93%. I can FZ Zoicide, I get 96 on this. Like barely 96% with like 30 misses. That's your kind of jump that we're talking about here. Speaking of difficulty jumps, Nomad 2 I think might be the biggest one to pull. It kind of has to be, because everyone's good at speed, and we have the top 24 players now. They're all fast as hell. This is 6-100s. You may know the replayer. He won the last 2 EGTS tournaments. This is Libidin M by Supire, mapped by Waribashi, you might know as K2IM. And it's hard. This is 300, and it is dense. It has 1 save. It has some monos. Nothing too crazy, but 300 monos don't have to be long.
Yeah, hitting almost 8 stars with this map, so a very big difficulty spike just from last week.
Yeah, nothing has happened yet. But once they're coming in, here we go. This is, being a Waribashi map, it is very comfortable. It's just that won't really save you in the latter parts unless you are very, very fast. There's only so far comfort takes you, right? Like, you have to be able to tap keys fast enough, and that's pretty hard in the later stages of this map. And it kind of just keeps going.
I know, definitely quite difficult in regards to if you can't hit keys, you're in trouble.
This map is so hard. Look at this spinner. I say it just keeps going, and then immediately a break comes in.
We got a replay from Siren, and Road didn't SS. To me, that's already extremely difficult.
That's how you know. This will also this will not be the last Siren replay. We're having to get in the real big guns here. Even Gohigi and Miyagi-Shima are alone. Sorry, I mean M. Aren't enough to just do everything anymore. And we have like 3 more runs.
Top players that they mapped. They're absolute top players.
Oh, these already were top players. It's just that we need even more, even topper players.
Top players. Like the top players.
You need our EGTS champions.
Yeah. Have you played through this map much?
I can pass it. That's about it.
Well, you know, a pass is better than nothing, especially on a map of this difficulty.
Oh yeah, but the thing is, I get 90 AC on this. I get about 99, like low 99 on Sharing Catharsis from last round. Last Nomad 2. This one's a big, big step.
Challenging both playstyle, well, all playstyles here as well.
Have to make it hard for everyone.
Definitely. 2 minutes, 37 seconds long, so still a relatively short map, but it's not going to feel very short when you're playing, I would imagine.
Yeah, it doesn't. Well, for me, it didn't feel like it was dragging on or taking longer than it felt like, or feeling like it took longer than it did. That's probably because I wasn't playing it in a match against a top player, like all 24 of our players remaining will have to consider.
On absolute high.
Oh yeah.
Definitely huge potential to see quite a bit of a struggle with that, I think.
Yeah, so we have another epilepsy warning coming in, and if we have an epilepsy warning, you kind of know what that means. Let's not beat around the bush. Yeah. lightning VFX before Ki. So yeah, that's Nomad 3. This is Nomad 2.
Yeah,
I'm looking at Nomad 2 right now.
we are.
Ah, there we go. So we've got Zeus, God of Thunder. The slight brackets kind of make it look a little confusing initially. Which one's the Dithium? But yeah, it's a Zeus, God of Thunder by Normal Lamb. Thank you very much for the custom song. Mapped by Shinsekai and Vulcan. 7.5 stars is a tech pick. OD 7.7, pretty high. Lots of SV, but most of it's not that low, which might make it even possibly easier for some people than Scorpion Girl from last week. Just because reading tech is kind of comfier on high SV for most, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I feel that a lot of people struggled a little bit with the slower SV, so this one might be more in people's comfort range, but it is also a step up in difficulty, so...
Yeah. Oh, it's a lot denser, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, you know what Nomad 4 typically is. It's time to move into the gimmick, and this is... honestly, this is my favorite gimmick map of the tournament. Coming in. The replay by Gohigi, by the way, not Siren. I don't know why the overlay's saying that. Yeah, we got Nomad 4, also replayed by Siren. Apparently, that's not true. We got Fortuna, official difficulty. Mapped by Mew. You know him, you love him, you love his gimmick maps. At least if you love gimmick maps, you sure do.
Absolute enjoyer.
I have good news. I have good news for some people. Okay, so first of all, this gimmick, I should explain it. White ticks here in these sections are dons, yellow ticks are cats. Like, did he hit an extra note there? Did he did? No, okay, yeah.
No,
He just has the patterns like entirely manipulated. So yeah, this one's cool. And if I remember correctly, this is our first gimmick map of the tournament not to have tricolor streams. Which, I don't know about you, but that makes me so happy as someone that cannot play those. Mind you, has this.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're replacing it with a gimmick like this though, which is definitely gonna take quite a lot of practice to get
That
the
right
hang
there's a
of.
bit bar. This is crazy. This is nuts to read. This third, like, measure of that is, I just couldn't seem to get it done. Everything else, though, honestly felt almost sight readable to me. But
Yeah,
you know what gimmicks are like.
I think this one's definitely going to be one that you can tell if people have actually practiced beforehand or not, just based on those sections right there.
Yeah.
Definitely readable, but potentially going to be more of a little memorization contest for people.
Oh, gimmick maps always are to a degree. This gimmick really fun, by the way. With the just yellowed notes of one color at a time, I find it really enjoyable.
It looks
Those
very enjoyable, yeah.
Those wave affected notes are finishers as well. Like wave effect slider heads. So many goddamn terms you can use to describe these things. Who could be so good as to just SS this? I mean, seriously.
I wonder.
Who would SS the gimmick map?
Who is the gimmick enjoyer?
I think I can guess. Replay by L. I think we know who L really is. Anyway, on to Nomad 5. Now, there are people who are about to gasp in terror. Yeah, that's right. Beat map by ISOC. We don't play around here. This one's hard. This is... I don't know how to pronounce it, but ISOC by Ringyuken. Mapped by ISOC. Played by our dearly beloved M. This one is hard. And it's not a finisher map. It's not fragmentation number like it. It is instead complex stream. And I can tell you, as a guy that's SS Shinsekai like 50 times, this thing is hard. I can't FC this. Not without a lot of grinding. It's also 220 UCAM, which is really fast for a complex stream map. Normally they're like 180 to 200. But yeah, this is just crazy pattern streams. It's only 1:44, and believe me, by the time you're done the map, that will feel merciful. Because another minute of this would hurt.
Especially being in a tournament match where stress is high, this one's probably going to be quite an exhausting one to play through.
Yeah. Not even I mean, physically, this is... Okay. In terms of, like, strain on the wrists, this is easy. In terms of the reading you have to do, it's really hard. This is a reading tip, I would say. Yeah, you have to constantly, like, keep up with patterns that are constantly changing. You can't just think, oh, it's going to do that again, because it's not. It's going to do a different pattern next, and you're going to miss if that's what you think.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird patterns that are constantly changing, so you can't just predict the exact same pattern to repeat itself, because it just never happens.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Raw reading ability right here.
The 1-3 coming in. Is it? No, it's just 1-4. Well, I got beaten. I would have missed. Due to hitting the wrong snap. Chill enough. There's a hand switch there. Alright. I mean, the replay's SS. How hard could it be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Some parts are stamina
attacks.
taxing.
It's gotta be easy, right?
You're right. You're absolutely correct. Everyone will SS this, and nobody will miss
100%.
on any of the patterns.
No.
Clean replay there. So,
Truly sight readable.
moving on to everyone's favorite part of the poll, Hidden 1. Yes, Hidden 1 is matched by Saren58. Yes, this might mean that you are boned. Parallel Skydive by matched by Saren58. Replayed SS by Saren58.
Yep.
So
everyone loves slow hidden so much.
Neither of us really play Hidden, right? So neither of us really know what's going on here.
I play slow hidden. God, I'm not very good at acting
you can take this one then.
No, I'm good. I can play slow hidden, but I'm very bad at acting it, so I can't comment too much on it.
You got a lot of off-hand bursts here, is the first thing I noticed.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like slow hidden's probably the one where we see a lot of people the least comfortable. And it's definitely slow, being around 140 BPM. I feel like a lot of the time, the monos are the ones that are really gonna just trip you up.
Yeah, it depends.
Usually monos, if you're in the flow of a little stream and you've got the timing, it should be alright, but... That being said, you have little slow patterns like that that just aren't that fun.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of offhanding though.
Oh yeah, I mean, that doesn't necessarily matter to all of the players here. Some are roll, some are DDKK, some are full, and full-up players don't have offhands because they have 2 good hands instead. They have 2 on-hands.
That's very true, and we are talking about very, very top players right now, so...
Oh yeah. There are also, you know, just single-tap players that are good enough at slow hidden and good enough at, you know, stuff that lands in their other hand to not really care anyway. They're very good players, basically, is what I'm saying here. You might be aware that they're very good players in EGTS.
You know, I didn't realize that there were some very good players.
Yeah, I mean, you should check the matches. Some of these have been close. The EGTS has had close matches, if you would believe it.
Insane.
Good entertainment, you could even say. So, yeah, that's Parallel Skydive by Saren58.
Yeah.
9. BPM change. Anyway, that is Romanesque 2. Custom song by Halv. Thank you very much to Halv for the beautiful song here. Last Judgment difficulty, mapped by My Angel Seiya and Cookie Tree with SV by Phoenix. It is hard, I think. It's definitely got more to it than Gamal Hungir did, which, just judging by the scores, was one of the easiest maps in last week's poll. It was. There's no way around it. This is 160 to 250 BPM. That means it has BPM changes on hidden. Those are hard. Not to mention the fact that it has 250 BPM streams, like proper streams, if I recall, with 1/6 coming straight into finishers. It's got a lot more to it, at least complexity-wise. And it's also 2 minutes 41, so it's not exactly like you have to sustain this for a short time either. It's hard.
No.
Speaking of hard maps, what's next? We got HR1.
Yeah.
Okay, how did he get 6 100s on this? What? No, okay, when I'm saying that, you know it's going to be funny. But like, how? This is barely 6 stars and it is impossible. It is so, and it's not SV.
The biggest HR enjoyers out there, if he is saying
this score must be wild.
Everything you need to know about this.
Kayak HR is my thing, and I couldn't sniff a score like this. This is crafted in Ice Map by Dark Vortex. 6.04 stars is complete bullshit. That's a lie. It's 30 to 196 BPM, but I'm pretty sure it functions like 196 BPM basically the whole way. This is easy so far. This is not hard. For quarters HR1, this is okay. But it picks up. There's a funny little doublet. Again, nothing too hard. Even for like Alt K, EDK, it's chill. The one it can be, you know, tricky to act. You can drop a couple 100s there. Alright.
Yeah, it's alright just now.
There was a double. There was a 1-hit doublet into a 1-hit triplet there. Now we're getting tricky. Longer patterns. You can kind of hear the build up coming. What was that? A high DSS? I don't know. That's the kind of thing on this map that risks being missed on. This is probably the easiest FC to attain in the poll, at least tapping wise, by miles. Besides like Hidden 1, but that has more reading. Like that has more missed potential because it's Hidden 1. The thing with this map is the act. Really long 1-3 section here as well. And there are patterns. So 1-6 patterns.
Yeah, I'm starting to understand why you're so shocked at this accuracy, because this just looks like hell to act.
Yeah, this is mental. Also, the BPM range is 30 to 196, but the most common BPM here is 180. This section is hard. Like, it's just passing through here. Okay, well now it's fine, but the first couple patterns of that are very easy to get gotten by, in my experience. I played this one a decent amount, thinking I could replay it. I was wrong. To be fair, you know, I had an EGTS player in my house during round of 32 weekend, so I did not play faster permissions so that I wouldn't link anything. And in that time, replays were opened and all the maps were replayed in 2 days because our players are good. So that is going to be Hidden 2. No, dude, it's Hard Rock 1. What are you talking about? Okay, so
Hard Rock 1.
As for our next map, we've got the Fast HR next, right?
Yeah.
So, how hard was that? In every way but difficulty. I mean, also in difficulty, but my goodness. Thank you very much to Ryan Wave Crusher for the custom song there, Disintegrate. Kaboom Difficulty by David Min. I wanted to replay this one, but like I said, I didn't have playtester perms on the replays thread opened, and by the time I got back in, there's already an SS by our man here. 6.68 stars, but it scrolls quite fast, so that's a little bit deceptive when you're HRing it. OD 9.1 after HR, so not quite 10. 230 BPM, I'm pretty sure it's 1.1 XSV for quite a lot of the map, and almost 3 minutes as well, so pretty draining on the stamina. Stuff. So DT19 moving into the DT pool. Oh no!
Oh.
Saren 58 is quite far from SS here, that's worrying.
Ooh.
And also the mapper is Taske, so you know it will be hard.
Yeah, that's pretty scary.
Yeah, we've got To Live Here by Taske912, song by Zai, XI, C. I don't know.
Obviously, it is a DT1. These are focused a lot more on your accuracy ability.
Yeah, at this point in the tournament, we're starting to look at straight up just burst skill as well in this slot. And accuracy is kind of expected, especially the players that we have left. Why did he SS that just now?
I don't know. This looks
one burst.
like techy as well.
Yeah, so this is OD 6.5 before DT, which means it's 9.5-ish or something. After DT, it's pretty high, comparable to the EHR ticks. It's just without the kind of extra scroll of EHR that makes acting easier for some. 2.5 minutes of just dense patterns, some tricky bursts. Saren got 99.5 is practically all you need to know.
Yeah. You can definitely see quite a few players struggling with this. But it is quarterfinals, what do you expect at this point?
Yeah, these are hard maps. You have to just have some wild stuff in, like that 116 there. It might not look too crazy, but this kind of BPM, almost everyone on Earth is hitting at least 100s on that.
Definitely.
And more multi-116 here. Oh, that mono burst into also Cat 1-4 right after. That's tough.
Yeah, the techiness and bursts here are just nasty.
Yeah. The SP increase might help out a lot of players in the scene being the EHR could for something like an EHR1.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the only, EHR1 kind of the only mod pick where you can make the case it's easier with the mod than it is with no mod, depending on you, but I don't know, you can make that case for DT2 if you have, like, less than no finger control. Some people probably would do that. But, yeah, that's the end of DT1. It's quite hard. They're getting very hard. Last week's DT1 was already seemingly considered one of the hardest maps in the pool. Shout out to my mind for getting 5 100s anyway, because, I don't know, he's just like that. Saren got 14 on this, and that's maybe the best tourney player ever doing that, so, it's a tall order. It's going to be a hard map to hack. Anyway, moving into DT2. We have got R176. Does anyone know this song? Any fossils in the chat room? Was anyone around when this was used 5 TWCs in a row? And if you look at the road sign there, looks like we're on the road to semi-final.
It does indeed look like it.
On the R176 to semi-final. So this is also mapped by ISOC. It is 7.68 stars. OD6 before DT, so by 9.3 after DT. 2d5 BPM, dense. I think that was a 6 flip, by the way, ending in finisher. Not 5 or 7, but 6. A little bit tricky there for your alt players that sometimes forget how to cut. You better remember how to for that. Funky song. It's great.
It's a cranky moment.
Yeah, classic old cranky.
Yep.
Also by 3 minutes. Even after DT.
I was gonna say 3 minutes on
stamina.
DT is quite a lot for stamina.
GeoGuessr with the back, Ryan. I know where this is. R176.
And here we go. An
I didn't think
instant
I was going to
pickup.
find that one. Yeah, the finisher's coming in. Not the easiest thing ever, but not the hardest either. Patterning here is fairly chill, fairly comfortable for the most part, but nothing free, especially when it's just dense 285 like this, and in some more pattern spammy section here.
Yeah, quite simplistic patterns, but indeed, as you say, the density is not so comfortable,
Yeah,
especially with all these finishers.
faster than last week's DT2 and denser. This pool is definitely supposed to be a big step up in difficulty, and it has to be mechanically because we can't challenge the remaining players mechanically with like low 7 stars. It's just not. Like probably our slowest players left are like, you know, rank 200 skill level. They're all fast. So we have to give them more than just fast player map.
Yeah.
We need to give them very fast player maps. The unk pick. Oh my goodness. That spinner is mean. It's so short. Actually not impossible to miss on that, probably. I just hope we don't see anyone make a mistaken match, especially with the notes right before and after it. Another PI here, and you can see the density just go way up. Oh, the mono quints. This might be crazy for DDKK.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. This might be a lot. Especially, like I say, these finishers just keep flying in as well. I wonder if we're gonna see lots of finishers, like skips, or...
A couple players might, but most will be fine with this. Most,
Yeah.
like, really strong tourney players, as in late EGTS players, are quite good at finishers.
Yeah.
Who's missing the last note in match? Me, pick me. I can do it. I can also miss 50 other notes.
Same.
Wait, where's the dog? Oh my god, the dog! Oh my god, I just noticed! Look in the sky!
Yeah, there's a dog in the sky,
Polygon dog! And wolf reference. Alright, so that's DT2. And now we've got Force Mod 1, Iridescent. This one is kinda chill. People will be HDHRing this, and by people I mean everyone that has HDHR'd a map so far will probably also do it on this one. It's fairly chill. There was this really funny moment, right? When I was playtesting this, I was in a voice chat with, like, streaming to Miyagi-shima, who mapped this, thank you very much, and a couple of the other pulling team members. And I played this with the Achari, and I was FCing until the very ending. And I missed. And then I went into editor, and I tried the ending again, and there was one bit of the ending that I just couldn't hit. I was like, wow, this pattern is kind of hard. I didn't ask him to nerf it or anything, and he was just like, what if we do this? What if we remove this one note here, and like shift this one a little over to make 1-4 instead of 1-6? Like, what if we remove 1-1-6 burst? And it went from completely impossible because my hands felt wrong to I SS'd the whole section first try. Like, I just changed the note and instantly SS'd it, and everyone just burst out laughing. It was great fun.
Crazy.
So this map has been tuned up to not be crazy at the end, but just hard. Miyagi-shima knows his stuff, yeah. He also knows how to play his own maps, clearly. He did do the replay for this.
Yep.
He's not really too anti-mod to flying.
Yeah, although this is the Force Mod 1, so that is typically the one that people are going to feel more comfortable double modding.
Yeah, a little bit of tricky SV there in that one finisher halfway into this PI. Not quite no overlap, but not too far. And is not for Mango Miser. He's busy.
Yeah.
He's always busy.
Very, very busy.
We've got stuff to do, places to be, people to see. Miyagi-shima has got map stats, see. Get that? Yeah.
That was pretty good, yeah.
Alright. Anyways, you can kind of tell which mod this part started towards. This is the anti-hidden. And it slowly stops being the anti-hidden. I wonder if we get faster enough. Could it cover the other mod, maybe? Because HR, I guess it's harder when it's fast, right?
Technically, yeah.
Well, here you go. long stream. That was the last pattern right there that I was just missing until he changed one note, and then it became easy. The ending is hard for HR, I can tell you that much. It's hittable, I can do it. So most of these players probably can. Most remaining players would wipe the floor with me in a 1v1, straight up. If I can do it, I'm confident so can they, most of them with HDHR. So FM1 is fairly chill. Heartstrings here. FM2, on the other hand, is also pretty chill. I can also ask you this one, but this is definitely a bit more anti-mod. This, I think comparing this to last week's FM2 is fairly... I think it's fair. It's also on the low BPM techie side, 160 compared to 140 last week. Under 6 stars in EGTS quarters, which is quite unusual. Even the really, buggered HR1 did not break the 6-star threshold finalize. Another replay by Proest Pro N.
Yeah, no, because was it hidden 1? Was the other 5 stars so far?
Oh yeah, hidden 1 was 5.2.
Yeah, so a couple of 5 stars, but I mean, hidden 1's kind of expected to be around 5 stars.
Yeah.
Difficult enough as it is.
Nawashi song, so you expect rhythms, right? And you're certainly getting some. Oh, this part. Here's, I believe, the hardest part of the map for both mods. That right there was tough for hidden. This scroll is quite fast on HR. Like, really tricky. On the HDHR, this is probably rough. That's not as hard as it looks, although it is hard. And the hard part is over. So the rest is relatively chill. If you're out seeing, nerves might start to become an issue about here. But nerves should be manageable for EGTS players when the mapping is like this. It's pretty much an inner hooning right now. Okay. It's a little harder.
A little bit more.
Oh, the 1-3 section. This sounds like an action movie intro right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean exactly. I could just imagine some dramatic scene going on, or a montage of things, one of the two.
What on earth is up with Miwashi? Oh, the back-to-back 1-8 there, really tricky to round off the map. Coming into this outro that's alright enough. Oh, actually, it's hard for HR. Oh, actually, it's really hard for HR. Oof.
Yeah, not a
there.
fun ending for HR there.
Yeah, on the speed up mod, that might be a bit spooky. Anyway, FM2 has passed us by, and that means FM3's next. We will see you.
You've been awfully quiet. I expected you to fight a little more. Did I break your spirit that quickly?
No, I'm just trying to remember.
Remember what?
Anything. How this happened before. How to get us separated. And who you are in the first place.
Who I am. I've been hopping buddies for so long that I lost track of my original name. Although, since I have your power again, you could say that my anything turned into everything. Has a nice ring to it, don't you think? And don't worry, I'll be so kind as to jog your memory for you. You're not gonna find any trick to beat me anyway.
This world has had to suffer your presence for much too long. I don't care why or how you turn on your people like this. All I know is that it needs to end. I came here today to free this land of your pestilent grip. So quit hiding up there on your throne and face me.
How very interesting. A mere mortal wishing to challenge me. After all that chatter, you better have something to show for it. Those three barely count as a warm-up compared to me.
Your arrogance blinds you. I cannot deny your strength, but you are not invincible.
And so the two of us fought. I had to give it to him. He lasted much longer than I expected. The battle felt like it lasted for hours, until finally...
This shall be the culmination of my crusade. Die, you wretch!
Next thing I know, I'm damn near powerless in a world without magic.
Wait, but the magic he used, it was tremendous. I wrote that piece myself. If someone out there can use it, then...
Wrong. That name fit the song. A tremendous amount of power at a tremendous cost. Before that cat bastard came around, both of us were convinced it was impossible for a mortal to handle. But he's long dead, and I doubt a new mortal will show up in time for your friends to live.
What? What are you planning with them?
I don't think I can count them finding me and me fighting them a plan per se, but playing with them has been very fun. Even if they seem to break so very, very easily.
You didn't hear it, but Winter Soul left her body seeing that miss. Like, that was absolutely
Oh, my
tragic.
heart just
Nice try, Goheen. That.
He
Oh.
not the end, bro.
Not
I was
that.
so proud. I was like, yes, Scottish gaming, bro. And then the miss at the end just broke me.
Still pretty good, mind you. Still a good
Still-
score.
still
Better than
incredible,
most of the players
but-
will do, especially with their match winners.
That is terrifying.
Alright, so that is Atomic Disassembler, composed custom for us as always by CS4W. Thank you so very much. It's amazing. Mapped
Incredible.
by My Angel Seiya, you might know him better as Megu. It's 7.9 stars for some reason instead of like 8.3 or something. It's OD 7.7, 10 with HR, you're not HR in this.
No.
It's 147 BPM, kind of hard with hidden, you're not hitting this, to 220. It's 5 minutes 21 seconds. The artist name is Shiso, actually. I've just been informed. That's how you pronounce it. My bad. Yeah, so it's got everything. You've got the slow one-hit part for hidden. You've got the just crazy fast ending. Okay. What I would say is if anyone outside the top 3 come on this, I will be absolutely astounded. Especially EHR. EHR, I think there's one guy in the tournament. I don't even have to say who can pass this EHR. If anyone else can do it, more power to you. But for now, you got a week to figure out how you're going to do that, and a week to figure out how you're going to play the pull. Matches begin again next weekend.
Good luck
The
with that.
rounds end with final night. We are in the home stretch already, it feels like. But we have 4 weeks to go, and we will see you next weekend. Thank you very much for coming. Thanks for another week of EGTS.